part 2 of psychology of trading. So, first off, trading is about 10% technical, 90% psychological. That's what a lot of people out there say. I believe it's more maybe 70 or 80% psychological and about 20 or 30% technical. You need to understand and learn what the charts are telling you, how they trade. You need to kind of understand what price action is, a lot of things. So there is a lot on the technical side. But a bigger part of it is the psychological side, meaning who you are, okay? And how are you able to face adversity when a trade's going against you? How are you able to pull the trigger, okay? Do you undertrade? Do you overtrade? There's so many psychological parts, okay? I'll give you a really good example. When I first started trading, I thought it was easy. Some guy where I was working said, "Hey, have you ever looked at XYZ stock?" And I'm like, I have no clue what a stock is, right? So he's all, "Dude, you should check it out and look into the stock market." So that next day, I actually went to the bookstore and I read a book, How to Become a Day Trader. Just kind of grabbed any book. And I started kind of reading, literally read that entire book at the bookstore within like 2 hours. And from there, I was hooked. Okay, I found my one true calling, my passion. Throughout my entire life, I never was really passionate about anything up until I kind of read the book, and then just watching CNBC, Bloomberg, all that, just kind of getting to understand what the stock market was and how it worked. Some went to school, started doing some schooling, finance classes, education, figured out prop trading, all that. So, but one of the things was, I remember opening up a brokerage account, and I think it was like $30,000 worth of cash. And I opened it and they're like, "Hey, we're going to give you $120,000 to trade with." And I'm like, 120,000? Okay. So, because that's what they give you intraday, 4-to-1 leverage, right? So I go and I'm looking at CNBC, and I go out and I look for one of the cheapest stocks, and I see a $4 or $5 stock. And I'm like, so I start doing the math. I'm like, dude, if this thing moves 10, 20 cents, and I buy X amount of shares with all my money, I'm going to make a ton of money. So pretty much I kind of wait from what the limited knowledge I had. I click buy, and within maybe a minute and a half to 2 minutes, I was already up $3,000. Okay, I couldn't sell that stock quick enough. I kind of lean back and go, "This is amazing." Okay, easiest thing I've ever done. About 10 minutes later, kind of got greedy, did the same exact trade. Well, guess what? I lost that same $3,000, but quicker than I made it. Okay, so I actually sell and I go, "Time out. I need to learn what's going on. Why am I so emotional right now?" And that was probably the best experience that I've ever had trading. And the reason was because it made me really stop and look at the risk side of it. Sometimes when we win, okay, on something, we don't realize the consequences of the other side. So it's when I teach people how to trade, I almost hope inside that they lose, that they lose on their very, very first trade, not that they win. Because when you lose, you kind of go, okay, you don't get all puffy chested and kind of think you know everything. Okay, but a lot of times if you win your first trade, 2, 3, 4 trades, then what happens is you start to get that confidence, but that confidence isn't really confidence because you still have no clue what you're doing. It's kind of like going back to Vegas. How many times have you gone to Vegas, start to play a game, you have no clue how to play blackjack, craps, roulette, and you start winning. And you think you know everything, and then you go back the next day and all of a sudden everything you do is wrong. Okay, it's kind of the same exact thing. So understand who you are. Okay, and we'll talk a little more about that throughout this psychology session. But it's just remember, a lot of it's psychology. A little bit is understanding your charts, your technical analysis, things like that. So there will be up and downs in your journey of trading. Okay, I just gave you one of my up and downs. I just, instead of having it over a long period of time, okay, I just kind of had it all within the same day. I've been lucky. I've never blown up an account. Okay, I've talked to many traders where they've blown up 2, 3, 4 accounts. I think that those first 2 trades that I made, where I made 3,000 and then I lost 3,000 in the same exact day, within 10, 15 minutes of each other, really shaped me to understand risk management and understand the importance of what risk is. Because look, I could have sat there and thought, hey, I know everything, and stay in it, and then the next day goes lower and lower and lower, and eventually the company goes bankrupt potentially, right? So you're going to have a lot of ups and downs along your journey of trading, okay? And be prepared for that. But the best thing is trade small. When you first start to trade small, because it's going to make the ups and downs not as bad, and it's going to make it a lot more pleasurable, and you're actually going to learn a lot more in trading and about yourself if you trade small at the beginning. And then as you start to kind of gain more and more knowledge, you can actually start to raise. Think of it as playing blackjack, or you can walk up to a blackjack table you've never played and go bet maybe $100 a hand. No, you're going to go play the $5 table, learn the game, and then maybe the next couple days or whatever, you move up to the $10, $15, $25 tables. To be successful, you must master yourself and your emotions first. Okay? I'm going to say that again. To be successful, you must master yourself and your emotions first. Okay? Before you can become a master of the stock market and become very successful day in and day out, you must be able to master who you are. Okay? Your inner voices, your inner self-confidence. You need to figure out, what type of trader am I? How do I handle adversity? How do I handle risk? What happens when a trade goes against me? Do I panic? Or do I just kind of take a couple deep breaths and go, hey, some trades win, some trades lose, and all I could do is I have my plan, I'm following my trade plan, and it's either my stops can get hit or my take profits can get hit. So what type of trader are you? Are you a day, a swing, or a long-term trader? Okay, now let's kind of break this down. What's a day trader? A day trader is somebody who's looking for micro moves, okay, in the stock market or the S&P Emini future market. Okay, maybe we're looking for a couple ticks, a couple points. We're just looking for support or resistance level where we believe the futures are going to bounce, and maybe we're just in and out. I call it smash and grab, right? Kind of like you smash your hand through a window, you grab something, you take off. E-minis are the same exact thing, okay? When you're a day trader, you're just looking for those quick little moves, grab your 2-3 points, and then kind of get the hell out of town, right? A swing trader is somebody who's looking for potentially bigger moves, okay? Maybe they think the market's going to pull back. It's going to move 10, 20 points, okay, on the E-mini futures. They're just looking, hey, I think it broke this trend line, so I want to go short and I want to capture a bigger gain. I might stay in the trade for a couple days to a couple weeks. okay, and let the trade play itself out. Now, swing traders are probably, they're not going to make the money as quick, but sometimes they'll make more money because they're more patient and they let the trade work out. Other times they can actually lose more money because what happens is you wait 2-3 weeks and then all of a sudden you get stopped out. Okay, so it's again going back, what type of trader are you? Are you a very patient trader? Are you somebody where you just want in and out? Okay, also a swing trader is going to hold overnight. Some people want to be flat, okay, every single day. They don't want to hold positions overnight because in their head, you got one voice sitting telling you, oh, what if this happens? And another voice kind of going, hey, look at the reality side, okay? Nothing's happened for the last 2 years. Why is it going to happen today? Okay, and then the other voice goes, yeah, but you know, the minute you get into the market, something's going to happen because that's what normally happens, okay? Or that's what happened in the past. So you're taking that one bad thing that happened to you and you're kind of basing it upon all your other trades. So now, some people don't think that way, okay? A lot of swing traders, they're like, hey, I got time. I'll let this trade work out. If I'm right, I'm right. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. The day trader guys are like, I want to go home and sleep every night. I don't care what happens because every single day is a brand new day. And then you have the long-term trader, okay? That's the person who's looking for 100 S&P points or those big moves, right? Hey, I think the market's going to go higher. I'm going to buy on the pullback. I'm just going to ride this thing out for the next 6 months or a year. So again, kind of sit down, talk to yourself and go, what type of trader am I? Am I a day trader? Am I a swing trader where I like to hold overnight? Or am I a long-term trader where I'm looking for really big moves and I'm willing to let the trade go against me? Or once I have winners, I'm not going to jump out of them quick. I'm going to let the winners run. And then, are you willing to put in the time to be successful? Trading is an art. Okay, you have to put in the time to become successful. You need to sit in front of this computer screen and watch the charts and learn. Earlier I said, learn, be the master of your domain, right? Learn everything there is to know about what the market is, okay? What the product that you're trading is, how it acts. And the one way you're going to really learn that is by watching every single day, okay? Wake up, and when you wake up to use a bathroom or whatever, you can't sleep in the middle of the night, go just to kind of watch what the E-minis are doing. Watch how it trades overnight, okay? There are nights where it'll barely move. And then other nights it'll just touch it. It trades very technical, goes to resistance and then the support level and back and forth all night long. So, but you have to put in the time. And by watching this entire video series, you are putting in the time to do everything correct. And you're actually one step closer to being successful. So that's it for part 2. Next up, part 3.